This is my recently acquired Dell OptiPlex gx280. I got this along with 3 or 4 other systems from my school in one big haul. This is only one of this kind, I guess you could say. I did get a gx260 along with a OptiPlex 760 and a gx1, and then I got 1 HP computer. This is only one of this form factor, though. See, I will be doing a room tour, which will be kind of an overview of this and the 260, but I'm going to do individual videos beforehand anyways. But this is it. So they had a lot of these at my school. They made up a big percentage of the computers until they were all replaced by HP Compact 8100s, which now make up the biggest percentage of computers on my school. Well, they still have a lot of the monitors and keyboards and mice went with these series Dells, along with probably 260s and probably 270s and 280s. Maybe not so much the 260s. I always forget that the 270 exists. But I have a Windows XP version, which allows me to actually have a proper administrator account. But I also have my school account, what my school account would be, along with a local admin for the system. So, because I clicked on that. But yeah, so this is was not installed by my school. These did run Windows XP from when they got them till when they retired them. And so did the 8100s, along with the 8300s and the Dell OptiPlex 760s until Windows XP support ran out. But this did not come with a hard drive. For some reason they took that out. I really don't know why they had to do that, but this thing did have a issue that it still has, and that would explain why it was a SATA hard drive, so they might have put it into a different computer, sadly. But the issue that this has, I will overview at the end of the video, because I won't be able to get this thing started without going through some... I guess I'll just do it now, actually. There isn't really much else to show, so I will shut it down. This is a problem with the GX280s, along with maybe some of the other computers of this era, but I'll see if it does it. See, I see it almost did it there, but it didn't. What it will do is the light will be orange, and then it will just blow the fan at like high speed continuously. It's interesting. Windows XP seems to have gotten stuck. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, for right now, it's turning on and starting and stuff. But after turning it off, there's only a period of time before it'll probably start doing that again. So... yep, that's interesting. I don't know what it's doing right now. I have to start it. Turn it off, start it again, see what happens. I think it's starting to do that, or it's almost trying to. Because it will be orange for a minute, and then it will go green. Okay, now it might start up properly. GX280, I love the Pentium 4 logo they put on there. It looks really good. Stuck again, I don't know. So I think if I were to cut the power to it after turning it off, then when I try to start it up again, it will do it. And I don't really know what causes this, but to start it, if you have one of these, lights orange and the fan is revving up and it continues to rev up, turn it off, and then put pressure down on the fan over the CPU, and that will it will start for some reason. I have no idea why. The fan bends as if it's bending the whole CPU, but I don't think it actually is. I don't really know why it does that. And as far as fixing that, I guess basically you just have to replace the motherboard or I think if you swap out the CPUs, it might actually eventually fix itself. But that seems to be the easiest thing. I'd rather not, because I want to keep the original motherboard in this computer. Okay, so I'm going to probably have to do that thing to get to start, because it's... Okay, now it's doing it. See, it's orange. And it gets quite loud. I have a Leatherman here, so let me... Hold on. Sorry about this. Okay, so I'm going to stick the screwdriver part. You probably have to, like, open it up, find out where the fan is exactly. But there is these little holes. Okay. Yep. That's what you gotta do. So I'll hit enter there. Okay. Now it's back. So, yeah, so it's a slight issue. Hopefully I'm going to be able to fix it by swapping out the CPU. And my keyboard, by the way, is right there. I can't fit it on the desk, clearly. So, and this keyboard and mouse did not come with it. I just got the tower, and that was it. Oh, and this monitor did come from my school. It was in the back of our science room. This one, along with that one right there. It's under a towel to protect it from the sunlight, because I can shut these doors and then the sun won't actually be able to get in here, so I don't need to worry about this one. But I will... So, basically all I can really do on this is play pinball. Can't do much else. I'm going to try to look for some school software. Something that schools would have used back in the Windows XP days. But, so some other, I guess, kind of news regarding my school and their computers. They're doing an upgrade this year, and they're getting rid of the rest of their Dell systems. So that would be all of the OptiPlex 760s. And there will be about 30 or so of them. Hopefully, there's some I'm looking out for to try to get. And I'm going to try to volunteer there, setting up the new systems that'll be replacing them. And as for a payment, get the OptiPlex 760s. I want to get about 4 of them. And then if I'm able to, I will strip the rest of them down to just the motherboards and power supplies and get everything else out of them. So the hard drives, optical drives, SATA cables, CMOS, RAM, all that stuff. That's about it. And then there's, I might take a couple power supplies, but I wouldn't take any motherboards. So, and then the rest of it will be going to electronics recycling. The rest of them that I will not be taking. There might also be one more gx260 or 280, maybe a 270, even a 240 that is still down at our school. Might still be there in the band room. So music, basically, for high school. I don't know if it's still there or not. I'm going to have to find out. And if it is, it was there with a keyboard and mouse a couple years ago. I don't know if they took that out and sent it to recycling. I have my doubts because these have sat in the IT room in the high school, the only IT room in our school, since I was in 7th grade. And our school is one big school, so I went there my whole life. And I believe this computer came out of our shop class, because I did see it in there. Then it went into the IT room. And these, by the way, were retired right when I was getting into like 3rd grade. And probably like 2010, 2011. And the last of the Dells had been bought in 2009. they never bought any 780s, just the 760s, and now they're running the 8100s mostly. There's no 8200s there. There's a few HP Compact 8300s. There's a very small amount of Elite Desk 800 G1s and G2s, and they'll be probably buying quite a few of the G3s to replace all of the OptiPlex 760s. So, yeah, so that's kind of what's going on, and hopefully I'll be able to get them. I just need to ask my superintendent at my school, and then I'll be able to go ahead and go through on trying to get them. And I really hope there's the last Dell OptiPlex GX. It'll look similar to that one right there. Look the same actually, but might be a different model number. That's the 260 I was talking about. It's gonna be a while till I do a video on that because I kind of packed everything back up in here in my corner. I don't really want to take it out, so when I get my desk finished here, I will probably do a video on that. Yeah, I'll do an update on this. I bought hard drive caddies for it because they even took the hard drive caddies out of this computer, which makes sense, as without the hard drive, there's nowhere for them to go, and because it's just hard drive caddy rails. So they need a hard drive to actually be in the system, otherwise they're just loosely thrown around in there. So I bought some of them, and I'm going to be buying the hard drive. I found one that was probably shipped with these computers. I don't know if it was for sure, but it has the signs that it might be, because this is right on the edge of being SATA. It has a SATA hard drive. Everything else is IDE though. So ribbon cables, and this was not the last model. It was the one before the last that used this clamshell design. The last one was the 170L, which looked very interesting in tower form, but looked the same. It looked just like this, but it was a 170L. And I plan on getting one of them. They're pretty cheap on eBay, so I'm going to try to get one. But yeah, and they lasted, the 170Ls lasted to like, they were on the Dell website till like 2006, 2007. So, but yeah, that's going to be the end of this for right now. Like I said, I plan on getting more software on here, and I've got it where I can start it up in this position, which is nice. But hopefully I'll be able to get it permanently fixed. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.